And we are back inside Clune Arena on the grounds of the United States Air Force Academy, where the University of Wyoming wins 59-56 over Air Force in overtime. What a game that was. As we welcome you back inside, Roland Vargas, Gene Parker. Gene, your thoughts about that heartbreaking loss for Air Force?
You saw the big difference between a veteran team and a very, very young team. As you see here down the stretch, I mean, it was pretty evenly matched, but Wyoming shot very well from the field, but I think just when it came down to the wire, Wyoming knew exactly what they needed to do. And they kept driving to the right side, driving to the right block, and who wouldn't? If it keeps working, keep doing that, and that got them back into the game, tied it up, and took it into overtime. So I think this is a great learning experience for Air Force. I mean, that's the worst thing you can say to a team who just came so close to beating one of the best teams in the league. But that's what it comes down to, and good teams like Wyoming, they can let other teams hang around all the way into overtime and then turn it on and take away the win.
And you see those turnovers there at the bottom line, 19 for the University of Wyoming, but they were able to overcome that with their shooting percentage and their smarts as well. You said just driving that ball to the basket, knowing when they could get those almost free baskets from Air Force. So unlucky for the Air Force Academy, though. It was a Herculean effort to get themselves back into this game just to get it to overtime. I think they've got to be proud of that. I know it's difficult for them to think that way now in the locker room after dropping that one, but they've got to be proud just getting that game into overtime and losing it just by 3.
Yeah, and it's they're going to be physically and emotionally exhausted. You saw all the emotions towards the end of the fourth quarter and going into overtime, and it's very difficult to sustain that for such a long amount of time. And I think you saw that Wyoming was just even keeled the entire time, was able just to ride out all of the ebbs and flows of the game and come out with the win.
Yeah, we've got a great highlight package for you here. We'll start early with Wyoming going in. Rusk for 2 in the first half there, and then we go into the second half. The Air Force Academy doing a great job. Kaylin Immel had a great performance this afternoon.
Yeah, and she was able just to find the openings and make baskets at crucial times, but it was very difficult to stop Wyoming towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and here's a huge 3 for Autry. She needed that one. The Air Force Academy needed that one. That was one of the ways Air Force got back in, was able to force overtime in this game, and now we see Itugbu on senior night being honored before the game, getting that too. And then the University of Wyoming going down. There's one of the drives that we talked about, just way too easy, finishing with the right hand.
Yeah, and if you were to play from about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter all the way through overtime, you'd see a lot of those drives all the way to the right side, just continuing to pound it inside.
Yeah, and then we saw the University of Wyoming just pulling away there in overtime. So it ends Wyoming 59, Air Force 56. Just quickly, Gene, Air Force, they'll be on the road in just a couple of days, and then they'll be back here. What do you think they can take on the road to the biggest little city in the world in Reno, Nevada?
I think they just have to bring that confidence and that intensity that they had towards the end of the game and just try to sustain that throughout the entirety of the game. Don't just bring it in the fourth quarter. Bring it throughout every single quarter throughout the game.
Well, we really appreciate you for watching. For everyone from this fantastic Falcon Vision crew, this has been Air Force Academy basketball on the Mountain West Network on Stadium, where the University of Wyoming beats the Air Force Academy Falcons 59-56. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there in the snow, everybody. We'll see you next time.